Ezechimere, your compass to financial freedom.
Over a period of time, we'll be talking about things that border around leadership and personal development. Today, I will touch a little bit on the danger of insecurity and inferiority complex, side effects of insecurity and inferiority complex. Growing up as a young chap, I came from a neighborhood where people were faced with a lot of that. Even at some point, some of us were almost affected by the challenge of insecurity and then inferiority complex. A state where you wished that you are like this. A state you wished you had this. Somebody will be wishing that he had another person to be his father, or you have another person to be your mother, or you have another person that person is your brother, or you wish that you have another person that the person is your sister, is your relative. All of these things are within the borders and neighborhood of insecurity and inferiority complex. Growing up, I observed how it destroyed the lives of so many people. Some of the people we grew up with ended up as cultists. Some became drug addicts. All because of the danger of insecurity, and then which leads to inferiority complex. You observe that somebody is doing better than you are doing, or somebody is exhibiting a level of intelligence in an aspect, not that the person is better than you in any way, but you just observe maybe this person is more skillful than you in football but you are better than the person in mathematics, or somebody is better in solving mathematical equations, but you are better in expressing yourself. You have better oratory prowess, but you are not good in algebra and stuff like that. And then you see people feeling less than who they truly are, and then in a bid to make up, in a bid to make over, in a bid to impress their false self, they get into a lot of things. Some people, because of the background where they came from, there are certain things that their parents cannot afford them, as it were. Maybe they lived in houses that look less than that of their neighbors. They feel insecure and feel inferior, less than the people. And then in a bid to still make up, you see them begin to hang around with some certain group of people, some certain group of fellows, or certain group of friends, all in the name to hide their insecurity. Tend to flock with people that they feel accept them the way they are. I know a lot of people. I know an intelligent person, but for some reasons I will not want to mention his name, had a very good family background, but before he finished secondary school, he had a lot of machete cuts all over his body. I know some people that ran away from Port Harcourt as a result of cult activities. How insecurity destroyed the life of people. You came from a humble home, that doesn't make you less than any individual. Fast forward the present time where we live. See how the lives of people have been influenced. You look at a young lady. The young lady is not, confident in herself, either because of the tone of her skin, or her height, or her size, whether forward size or backward size. You see them, they are not confident in themselves. Each time they mingle with some group of people, they feel less than. There's something I've observed in this part of Africa. You see ladies that want their shape to be like guitar shape, but if you go to some European countries, you see people that want their shape to be like eye shape. And now I begin to ask, who defines who is beautiful? What is our definition of somebody is beautiful or somebody is handsome? You see a lady want to have a very big, back, and then everywhere like this, everywhere like that, and they call it beauty. here in Africa or in Nigeria. But you go to some other places, they just want to be straight. And I ask myself, who is even giving this definition? An individual will look at her or his nails and will not be comfortable with his or her nails until it is shaped in a particular way. These are effects of complexity, and many a times they are not comfortable with those things, and natural things that they are supposed to do with their hands, they will not be able to do it. Young men today get into a lot of things that they are not supposed to get into because they want to impress. They feel the definition of being handsome is a particular set of clothes, a particular kind of shoe, a particular kind of apron that they put on. And what is leading to all of these things are insecurity. I remember growing up, not too long ago, when I was living in a one-room apartment. I am proud of who I am. I knew I had a life ahead of me. I knew I had a purpose. I knew what I was pursuing. But I refused external things to put pressure on me. I refuse what is happening in another man's life to put pressure on me. Because a lot of people, they run faster than they are supposed to. And all of these things as a result of insecurity. These days, some of the people around me, I love how they are running their shows, which you people understand. No pressure. Run at your pace. You know what you have set as your target. And your target is your target. Your goal is your goal. Don't pursue another person's goal. And that is one of the ways to overcome this monster we call insecurity and the inferiority complex, is for us to live a life of focus. Those of us that are good in handling camera, you know that for you to be well focused, you must develop an aspect of blindness, because the thing you want to see very well will take the whole of your attention to the extent that you will observe that nothing else is existing apart what you are planning to target. Focus. And that's the key to coming out of this pressure. Focus. I knew when some relatives came around, and then when I listened to their conversation, I knew I'm not supposed to be part of them. And I told them straight that you will never find me around you again. The worst thing that will happen is you delete me from your list of friendship or whatever. But when I get to where I'm going, you will all come back. And that is how it turned out. We do a lot of things, adjust our lifestyle in order to fit into people's cycle of friendship, and thereby destroying our future, destroying our own image. People today are smoking because of what? They want to feel among. A young man the other day gave a life testimony how he started smoking weed. He was in the midst of people, and then he turned out that he was the only person that was not smoking because of inferiority complex. Just to feel among, he asked them to pass him the smoke, and that was how he began to smoke. And then he ended up in one of the rehabilitation homes because the impact destroyed him. Somebody that became a star within his early 20s, today is almost a write-off. Less than 40, a write-off. The danger of insecurity. People have become cultists today. You just want to feel among. This is the rave of the town. This is what people are doing. Some get into womanizing because they feel among their cycle of friends, in quotes, everybody sleep around. And then if you don't do that, it's like you're a Jew guy. Who defines you as a Jew? Today I observe that the Jews are the best in the world. They're the best. Is it in mathematics? Is it in medicine? Is it in engineering? The Jews are the best. So if they call me a Jew, then I'm among the best. In a bid not to be called a Jew guy, we go into drinking. I remember a few years ago, those guys that were trying to show that they are men by the number of alcohol intake that they would do. Today they are living a wasteful life. My advice to all of us is that you don't allow anybody to pressure you. Run at your pace. The life of a man doesn't consist in the abundance of what he has. When we talk about abundance of what he has, we are talking about external factor. That is not what makes a man. My makeup is not based on what is coming from outside. Our true makeup is what is inside of us. You may come from a humble beginning. You don't have so much today physically, but inside of you, you have so much. It's a matter of time. All of those things will play out. But if we allow external factors to pressure us today, we will miss focus and then we waste away. I want to encourage all the young people that are working hard, both men and women, investing their fund, their time in developing themselves. I want to encourage all of them that is the right way to go. Develop a certain level of blindness by focusing on yourself. You know the career path you want to pursue. Anything outside that, become blind to it. Today we are able to do the things we are doing because we closed our eyes and our ears to what people were saying. We had a lot. We had so much. Some people said a lot, some despicable things that they are not going to be uttered in the public. But one of the things that motivated me was the more you say them, the more I am motivated to prove you wrong. Because if I give up, then you are correct. If I stop at this point, then all the things you said, they are true. But in a bid to prove you wrong, because actually you are wrong, is that I will not give up. I will not look away from my target. And today, life has been gracious to us. Life has rewarded our efforts and is rewarding our efforts. Reason is because we chose to be focused. I told a friend some time ago that the discovery of purpose is the end of strife and envy. When you discover why you are living, you will kill strife and envy in your life. And it's as a result of inferiority complex that you see somebody trying to pull down another person that is doing better than him, or you feel that the person is your competitor. Inferiority complex. That is why you see a man is fighting his fellow man, a lady is setting up his fellow woman. Sometimes they set up families and destroy families because they believe that this person is their rival. Inferiority complex. If you don't have that complexity issue, there is no way you'll be seeking the downfall of another person. So I want to encourage us to stay and live a life of focus. A life of focus. Discover what you are called for. Discover why you are created. Discover why you are existing. Discover why you are a man, why you are a girl. Today, some ladies want to become man and some men want to become ladies. It's as a result of inferiority complex. And because they know that they have lost it, they want to influence as many as possible to also miss it. You see people, they say that they are transgender. You see, these are people that are dealing with complexity issues. You are not proud of who you are. You are created a man, but you want to become a woman. Then you have complexity issue. You have complexity issue. If you don't have complexity issue, you should be proud of who you are. Some people have committed suicide because the society did not accept them to change their natural makeup. Maybe somebody wants to transgender from a male to a female, and then the community where that person lives refused because it's against their value. Some have committed suicide just to prove a point. That is inferiority complex. You see young men today, they want to dress like women. Inferiority complex. You should be who you are, who God created you to be. We are all here for a purpose. Our creator did not make mistake to have created us the person we are today, and we are here to solve a problem. If you would have solved that problem as a woman, the creator would have made you a woman from day one. Some are not confident in themselves because they are not tall as the other person. Maybe they are 5.5 feet. They wish that they are 6 feet. It's not about height. It's about discovering your purpose and living for that purpose. Some, because their body makeup is not built, in such a way, they're killing themselves. I'm not saying people should not be fit. No, it's not what I'm saying. But let us not do it because you're competing. That becomes the standard of somebody that is handsome. No, that is not it. And I believe if we can handle this monster, behead this monster, by living a life of focus, purpose-driven life. I am here for so and so, to solve problems for humanity, and these are the problems that I am given to solve. If the problems you're given to solve is to create job for people, How will changing your gender create the job? How is it going to create the jobs? If it's to help elongate the lives of people, make people live a better life, how will that change it? How is it going to change it? People just want to make cheap popularity. You know, we live in time and days where nonsense thrive. The way to create attention is just, you know, they say if you want to get attention of the world, just set yourself on fire and the world will look at you. Just do something strange and people are cheap popularity. I call it cheap popularity. You see a young lady now decide to go nude. It's a strange thing, and then the world will begin to look at the person. That's cheap popularity, and the world is sponsoring it because they want to destroy humanity. Cheap popularity. Just want to encourage all those people that have dignity and they are working hard to make sure they correct the ills of our society. You have somebody that is your fan. I'm your fan. I'm behind you. Let's keep working hard. Let's stay focused. We will change the world, certainly. Thank you and God bless you.
NWAOBIA is